Hello and welcome, Thrivers, and everybody out there on LinkedIn Nation and on YouTube. I'm really excited today because today we have Stanley Tsiamoulis, and he's the creator of the ESP system, which stands for Essence, Soul, and Purpose. They call him the Mathematical Alchemist, which I really love. He's been busy merging ancient wisdom with the Greeks, Indians, Vedic, Chinese, and Western practices. And what he's done is he's formed a system of amazing soul-searching and spiritual teachings, opening up hidden treasures in people's lives. Today, Stanley's mission is to ignite the inner essence, soul, and purpose, and radiate 10 million people with the esoteric wisdom, finally allowing people to learn, live, and love their lives on their own terms. And there's nothing better than that. So here he is, the mathematical alchemist himself. Stanley, take it away.
Thank you, Joe, for that introduction. Awesome. It's a pleasure being on your show here. And I look forward to discussing with people how I can help them with practical and applied numerology with the ESP code. So yeah, I feel privileged being interviewed right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. So the first question that I always ask folks is, what's the problem you solve?
So because this is a subject that not many people know, I show people attributes about themselves. So I show them their identity, their type of identity, their character or life path number, and their essence, soul, purpose number. So what I am solving in people is what I call crystal clarity in their own selves, in knowing themselves. So by knowing themselves much better, they can relate to people in the business world or personal world much better. So I'm a big proponent for people to lead with their passion first by knowing who they are. And I merely show it mathematically and simply through numerology.
Awesome. And who do you work with?
At the moment, I do have a broad range of people, but right now I'm working 30 to 50 of both males and females, predominantly in Australia, Canada, America, England, a couple of European countries, and they're more business, corporate type people. They're either the CEOs, COOs, managers, CFOs, and vice presidents of companies that they've been involved or part of for at least three to 5 years. So they're really taking an interest to this wisdom because it's something fresh and new, and they always want an edge in their ability to be productive with their teams.
It's so awesome, right? Because there's this new opening that you can feel happening almost globally into into consciousness, right? And there's this really, I was at a meeting yesterday. We have a meeting called the Moral Capitalism Group. Right?
Oh, very good.
And you can hear exactly what you're talking about, which is this new awareness of yourself, this new being present. And it's I love that you're doing that work. And this is the first time we get to meet, but I was so excited when I was reading about you and watch some of your stuff, and you know, I watched some of your videos, and I was like, wow, this is really awesome.
Yeah, it's I have an acronym that I use many acronyms, but going on what you just said now, I use an acronym CCC, Collective Cosmic Consciousness. So we are all connecting psychically right now with our each gifts, and people now, even in the business world, they've made hushed about this because they're afraid of what people will think. But this is not airy-fairy or pseudoscience. This is reality, practical, applied wisdom, and we can all connect. And so imagine if in the business world, people can be a lot more productive by connecting with their teams around them a lot more telepathically, and it can be achieved, and it is happening right now.
Awesome. Very good. So give us an example of a recent client success that you had, somebody you were working with. How was it before for them, and how is it now?
Yes, I'm working with someone in America, and they're a CEO of a company close to 50 employees, and they've done psychometry tests before and many different other tools of how to connect with his team, but he wanted productivity. So I said, look, I'll show you a practical and applied method by knowing who you are, and give me a few examples of some of your team. And then he said, wow, it blew his mind. So we began to formulate a strategy around his environment, and how he then began to implement it by purely knowing all his teams, just their first number, their identity number.
Wow.
And in just within a week, a lot of solutions began to come and manifest with him, because his team began to resonate with what they're meant to be doing. And so everyone was a lot happier. So his productivity increased 20% just in the first week.
Wow.
And he had sought tools from many avenues in self-development and personal development, but he had never come across this. And he seen it, and he analyzed this as the go-to of personal development, so to speak, because what I do here is I'm channeling the ESP code constantly. And because I've been doing this for so long, the team and the heads of CEOs and CEOs are connected to me, so they can ask any questions they want through, because everyone's busy through Messenger, WhatsApp, WeChat, any type of tool, Skype or Zoom, for quick connections to me, so they can calibrate it as they're going along. Because another acronym I use, Joe, is triple S: simplicity, speedy, synchronicity. People who apply this will begin to see deja vu or coincidence, what is known as synchronicity, in their business life, and they're going to start to intuitively make better decisions.
Awesome. Good. So that's phenomenal. So what are you curious about right now?
It's a good question. I'm since the year 2000, so now going on 20 years, because we're in 2020, I've had a childlike thirst for wisdom, for seeking. Actually, even when I was born, my mum said I was born with 3 white hairs on my hair. So I was like, I've always been yearning as an old type wisdom and seeking. And so I'm always constantly learning, because I'm not only a master number 33, I am also a student at life. So even as I'm talking to you, Joe, I'm picking up things that I can apply in my life, because I'm a child at heart. So at the moment, I'm really prevalent in mastering how to deliver my message in as simplest as I can. And we're really now starting to see how we can implement video much, much better. So I'm really happy in creating a lot more better video content. Even though I do whiteboards and I'm into raw YouTube videos, because I'm about truth, I'm trying to do it in a way, because everyone's so busy, they need, sometimes the flashiness or a little bit of text on video.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to get to that, because everyone's busy, and I get it. So I'm trying to even adapt as I move forward as well. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Awesome. So good. I like that, because it just, I've always been somebody who's curious, and I'm always asking questions, and I always want to know how things work. And I think it's probably one of the funnest things, because you're always expanding yourself when you're in that place. So
yes.
I like it's really what you're up to.
Another acronym that I use there is triple C: clarity, confidence, creativity, because you're just doing what you just said. You're expanding yourself. Yeah. So you're raising your level to a higher awareness, a higher consciousness, so to speak. And you're doing it with numbers.
Good. All right. So is there anything that I should have asked that I didn't ask?
If I'll be doing any workshops in America.
Okay, cool. So will you be doing any workshops in America? That's a good question. I like that one.
Yes. So I've been invited. So I'm looking very soon in the next couple of months to be doing half-day workshops.
Excellent.
And we're going to be doing in key locations according to the degree, because here in Sydney, we're at 33 degrees south latitude. So I'm looking to, because I'm a master number 33 from my date of birth. So I'm looking at key locations. Also, we're getting a group of people to empower them. They're going to be half-day workshops, but knowing me, I'll probably go even for a full day, because I want to implement and get these people at the workshops to apply this and ask questions to me, because they need to be connected.
See you in Sedona, probably.
Well, there you go, because we've got one location already. So I like that. I like the quick thinking.
I had to do the math, but that's I think that's the right place.
Okay. It's sealed. We lock it in. Done.
Good. Excellent. So keep us posted, and we'll repost it on LinkedIn and let people know.
No, I will.
Okay,
and
Good. So how should they get in touch with you if they want to get in touch with you, if they want to find out more about this?
Yes, they can go to my website. It's zenithculture, spelt with ZENETHCULTURE.com. So zenofculture.com. And my number there is on the footer as well, because I'm in Australia. It's +61 for the code, and then 280035593. Again, that's +61 280035593. And of course, on my footer, there's all the social media handles, so they can see my YouTube videos at Zenith Culture if they just Google. And LinkedIn, of course, they can see my articles. I'm posting some very good articles and news posts on LinkedIn, so they can look out for that. Under my name, Stanley Tsiamoulis. That's there on the Zoom. They can see it. And so, yeah, they can do that. And I'm more than happy, if you like, Joe, to quickly break down your ESP code now. I don't know your date of birth, but more than happy.
Let's do it.
Awesome. So all I need to know is just your date of birth.
Okay, so that's March 6, 1970.
Okay, so the day in the month is your 6th of March. So the 6th of March, if you add that together, that equals 6 + 3. We narrow down to a single digit. Your identity numbers are 9. So the 9 is of the voice of speaking. So if you think of that, that's what you're doing with Zoom. And if you think Elvis Presley was actually a 9999 and Jim Carrey was a 9999 because they used their voice, one in singing, one in comic as a stand-up. So the type of identity is the years of 1970. So if we add that together, 1 + 9 + 7 equals 10, 17, narrow down to a single digit, 1 + 7 equals 8. So your type of identity is an 8. So the 8 are the business people, they can be the wheeler dealers, so to speak. So you can understand the monetary side of business. And also number 9s are very good in business economics, like in other words, analysts, supply and demand, that type of thing. So if you then add those two numbers together, you get your character or your life path number. In your case, we now add 9. And then 8 gives the third number. 9 + 8 is 17. 1 + 7 is 8. So your third number is an 8. So you have 2 8s in your ESP code. So you're a 988 at the moment. So that's telling me you could be very good in business matters or dealing with people in the auspicious way of not just monetary, being auspicious. Auspicious is prosperity in all facets. We now add those 3 numbers to get your 4th number, your essence, soul, purpose. So in your case, 9 + 8 + 8 equals 25. 2 + 5 equals 7. So your essence is a 7. So because you got the 9 at the first number and the 7 at the last, 9s and 7s can also be very spiritual or philosophical or religious people or esoteric. So you actually have a very spiritual nature at heart, and it's what drives your mission. And remember, you just mentioned now you're going to the entrepreneur thing that you just went to is like an ethical, moral you use.
Yeah.
So you've got that philosophical, spiritual nature in doing business because of your 9887. So you're like a spiritual type of businessman, so to speak.
Yeah. So I always say that I operate in here in the heart, right? Not up here in my head. So it's really the people that I'm looking always to connect with are people that lead their business with their heart and that are connected in a very special way. So I really like everything you said was like spot on.
And you're also
the people who know me will comment on this post because it was really spot on.
And you're also a middle dog in the Chinese, so you're principled and thoughtful. So you're adding the heart value and you're validating with the principled thought of the Chinese. And from the Greek Pythagorean, because you're 6'9", 1970, sorry, 6'3", 1970, you think of the noughts and crosses going across horizontally on the top. You have the arrow of intellect. You're very intellectual. 6'3", 970. So I'm just trying to, so you have the arrow of intellect. And now you have the arrow of hypersensitivity as well. So you have a sensitive nature. So you got the heart, you wear the heart spiritually, helping people with the moral ethic type thing. So you're on a mission to help people in business spiritually, very similar to what I'm doing with numerology because it's a derivative of astrology. I do use the acronym. Astrology is the science of God. Mathematics is the language of God. Numerology is the code of God. And for the first time in cosmic history with the ESP code, I've cracked it. And when people have readings and workshops with me, they're connected to me energetically. I'll be connected to them in groups on our Messenger or WhatsApp, whatever it may be, and they'll be asking questions and applying this practically in their life. Just like you go to a seminar for moral entrepreneurship, people will be going for seminar quote through their phone connected to me, because I'll be channeling and giving them ideas and solutions constantly when they're connected. So yeah, that's the breakdown of your ESP code, 9887.
I am thankful and and really looking forward to connecting with you again. I can't wait till you are going to do your workshops here in the States. If you let us know, we'll plaster it all over the place so people know where to find you.
Awesome.
And listen, you guys know me, and especially those of you who do business with me know me. You know this guy was spot on in his numbers. So just connect with him, say hi, get a reading, and I mean, just I don't know
Awesome.
what to say. You know, that was really mind blowing.
Awesome, and I appreciate the opportunity for the interview, Jess. So thank you.
Awesome. All right, see y'all soon.
Take care. Bye bye.